I came across this quote that I really liked. I really liked it. I have led a toothless life, he thought. A toothless life. I've never bitten into anything. I was waiting. I was reserving myself for later on, and I have just noticed that my teeth have gone. The imagery that put in my brain, beautifully tragic. And it reminded me a lot of my Substack, and I was gonna write about it. It was actually, I still might write about it, but it reminded me of a Substack I've already written. And I've realized I've done like a sit down read through of my Substack, but I feel like I haven't done like a word vomit situation. Aside from the imagery that quote left in my brain, it left a lot of thoughts. I thought a lot of thoughts. Here are some things I've done that I think have led me, oh, say hi Ted, he has an ear infection. Basically, it got me thinking, what are some things I've done or I'm actively doing that have allowed me to lead or avoid leading a toothless life? So I figured, why not make a video talking about it a little? A little word vomit is good for the soul. When I wrote about this, I said, sharing is caring, especially with yourself. Give yourself moments that you'll look back on as gifts later on, and don't be greedy about it, because who are you saving it for? Enjoy things until the very last bit all the time, because you deserve it. One of the best ways I've learned to just start enjoying things is to do more, try less. When I framed something new that I was doing or something exciting that I was doing, whenever I'd frame that in like a I'm just trying kind of way, it adds levity to it in a way that's nice, but it would also add levity to it in a way that I think came from a place of me being afraid of being bad at it, or me being afraid of trying, me being afraid of being caught trying or caught failing. And so I started reframing my brain a little bit when it came to those things, whenever I felt that like sense of fear, to be like, I'm doing it, not trying it. And it sounds like semantics, you know, trying, doing, they're very similar, but in my brain, when I started reframing things as me doing them and less trying, I felt a lot more free to be bad at it. In one of my most recent Substacks, I talked about how when I turned 13, everything was embarrassing and trying felt like a humiliation ritual. And I still feel that sometimes. The only difference now is I'm actively aware of it. Reframing the stakes has been really helpful for me. You will survive the discomfort of the embarrassment you have before, you will again. And I think sometimes I just need to like remember that, because I think we don't give ourselves enough credit. And I think sometimes I don't give myself enough credit. The fact that I'm in my mid-20s now, I've entered a really interesting intersection in my life where my past and my present are like intertwining in a way that I've never experienced. I just watched Past Lives the other day. What a directorial debut. Loving yourself on both sides. And that's what it's about. I don't know. 25 is interesting. Obviously, tomorrow isn't promised. We all know this. I think what's really helped me and what's allowed me to like feel a little bit more shameless in experiencing joy and experiencing the things I want to experience is understanding and recognizing and believing that joy is not a scarce resource. I can have a good day today, I can have a good day tomorrow, and I can have a good day after that. I'm not running out of them. And I think realizing that has been really helpful from like teenage years to like my 20s. I'm really good at rationalizing my thought processes to myself in a way where I can kind of like make it make sense if I really wanted it to, until I like started reading books at the best childhood, like the best parents, the best family. I think there's something that switches when you become like sentient and you're on Tumblr. Good luck, Charlie. I've done a handful of things that I think have allowed me to remember to be in the moment and enjoy the things I enjoy. And I actually have this list on my phone of the most niche things that I like. A lot of them are rooted in like nostalgia. I also read this Substack the other day that was beautiful. Another Substack mention. I love that place, if you can't already tell. This is a quote from it. There is nothing that will make you truly happy that requires you to become beautiful first. I just think about all of the like glow up challenges that I watched on YouTube when I was 15 and 16. I mean, I work in the beauty industry. I get it. Feeling good about yourself is important and beautiful, and I love to look good and I love to feel that I look good. But I just like flash back to like 15, 16-year-old me watching these glow up videos on YouTube, and they were all centered around like you having the best product in order to like look better so you feel better. And obviously you look good, you feel good, you feel good, you look good. But a lot of the things that have made me the happiest in the past year, in the past 6 months, have actually not been centered around me feeling like I needed to be pretty first. There's an interesting like switch I think that happens too. Beauty becomes your job. That's why I love Substack. I think that's why I like writing. That's been fun. That's been great. I've started scrapbooking and physically writing down things that like bring me immense amounts of joy. I'm gonna share like 2 or 3 things off of my list. Ubi, the television series from 2000 to 2005. I saw a picture of it one time and I just remember it brought me back to being a very young kid and watching that show and being obsessed with the idea of like hand puppets. I wrote that down. Pink Milk. Charlie and Lola, I think is what the series was called. Anyway, I had an obsession with Nesquik's Pink Milk. And just writing to write has been really helpful in me understanding and appreciating the joy in my life. Because realistically, when we really think about it, like what are we saving it for? Who are we saving it for? Call your friends more. I feel like we all need to be talking on the phone more often, but I think we should all be calling each other more. I think we should all be writing more. I think we should all be smiling without thinking about what we look like when we're smiling. Stop caring about caring so much, I think I think that's the real answer. And I've been working on that. If you were someone else that you loved, you'd want them to enjoy those moments too. So why is it any different when it's yourself? You know what I mean? Something to nibble on. Because you know what? You can nibble on things when you have teeth. Oh. The imagery of that, not great in my brain, but you get what I mean.